Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome back. I'm Davros, and I am a Whovian, and this video is going to be a Who review. So, I thought, review a Doctor Who serial or episode, and today I am reviewing The Two Doctors, written by Robert Holmes and directed by Peter Moffat, starring Colin Baker, Patrick Troughton, Nicola Bryant and Fraser Hines, in this timeline crossover three-parter. So this is a serial from 1985, season 23, I think. Was it season 22? Yeah, season 22, I think. I'm not 100% on that. But look, this is a three-part serial where the Doctor, Colin Baker, and the Doctor, Patrick Troughton, timelines cross. And this is, and then they end up finding themselves with these creatures, the Androgons, and also we get an old foe coming back to, the Sontarans, in this story. And they're just up to their old evil wicked ways and that. So let's get on to the likes and the dislikes. First of all, I love Patrick Troughton in this story. For me, he stole the show, and it was amazing how he just went back to nearly 2 decades on, and he could still play the role as if he just popped off his coat off for 2 seconds and then came back on set, because that's how brilliant he was at being his Doctor, and you could tell he loved being in that role. And that's amazing how he reprised his role like that. I mean, yeah, he got grey hair, but that's because Patrick Troughton was like 65 at the time, and he had just dark hair, but it was black and white. Maybe his hair did go grey. You never know. But yeah, that's Patrick Troughton was brilliant in this, and I loved his performance. And Patrick Troughton is one of my favourite Doctors as well. So he did brilliant in this serial. Another thing I liked was Fraser Hines. Now, I'm assuming this is sometime between when the Doctor parted from Victoria, and it was just the Doctor and Jamie just before they came across and met Zoe. That's what I assume. And that, yeah, I love Fraser Hines in this too, because almost 2 decades on, and he still looked pretty much the same, hadn't aged a lot, and that, so he was great in this. Also Nicola Bryant, beautiful woman, and also I've met her as well. She's a such a delight to talk to, and I did have a nice chat with her. And yeah, I liked her as Perry in this, and she was great. I also liked, of course, Colin Baker being the current Doctor at that time. Yeah, he was great in this too. I mean, the Sixth Doctor's not one of my favourite Doctors, but still, he was good in this. And also, they even went on location to film this serial too, Spain, I think, and and of course Colin Baker did not wear that big coat the Sixth Doctor is known for. He sort of wore a waistcoat and that, just something that made him look a bit, because obviously I think he was mega hot in Night Call, that, not to mention it must have been like the summertime. And also the Sontarans in this, they must have been absolutely sweltering in that makeup and stuff. But I think they did a good job keeping it together. Also, the Androgon creatures in it. One of them was a bit funny and a bit daft, but yet evil, and was a cook. And then there was the female in it that was operated on to look nothing like an Androgon or something. I don't know. I can't quite remember what their reason for going on Earth 4 was. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I watched this serial, but from what I gathered on it, it's a good story, and I feel like this one's very underrated because, yeah, it wasn't Robert Holmes's best story, people say, and yeah, I guess it isn't, but you know, Robert Holmes, this was like his final years and that. He probably wasn't feeling too well, and he just, you know, he just wanted to write something simple, really, because you know, he died like a year later in 1986 and that. And yeah, I mean, Robert Holmes is written for like Doctor Who in the past. You know, he gave us the Autons, you know, the spearheads from space, and even the Master. He introduced the Master to us all. And that. So yeah, I do think this story is quite underrated, but you know, that's just life, I guess. But I very much enjoyed this story. I loved the chemistry and the banter between the two doctors in this, Patrick Troughton and Colin Baker. Also, another thing I like, this was not a coincidence. This was pure coincidence, right? Because in the past, when we've had like the 3 Doctors, the 5 Doctors, they've been ripped out of their timelines and it's messed up their memories. But this one, they met by pure coincidence, because he did say, the Doctor, when you travel in time, you're bound to run into yourself at some point. And I thought that was, you know, quite correct. You know, and it was a great story. Also, this one also took, you know, pushed the boat out a bit with the violence, as there is a scene where the Doctor, Colin Baker, does like smother and poison an androgen, and then just goes, "You're just desserts." You know, that was probably very risky at the time, because you know, it was because of that season that Doctor Who got into a bit of bother with, you know, with the whole Trial of the Time Lord thing and that. But, you know, that's what I liked about Colin Baker's era. It was starting to push boundaries and that in the violence and stuff. So, yes, the 2 Doctors. Final thought, that dislikes about this, I don't really have any, because, like I said, I enjoyed this serial and that. 3 parts episode, 45 minutes each, and that. It was a good story, and I can't recommend it enough to you. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give the 2 Doctors, you know what, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. That's just my opinion, and that's, yeah, that's what I think. Anyway, yes, if you like this video, be sure to, as I was saying before I got cut off there from memory, you know, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit the notification bell, you know, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, don't forget to, I've already said that, share your friends, and also, you know, all my social media links are down below in the description, so, I think that's pretty much it. So until next time, run for your life.